Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. For today's video, we're going to be doing my toes. Yes, I still have my Valentine toes nails and I didn't trim them this time, so they're extra long and extra crusty. I got sick, as y'all can tell by my voice, so let's just pretend like I don't feel like I've been smoking my entire life. We are going to be doing a beautiful spring set of toenails. It is very much so overdue. Sandal season is here. I am so excited. And every time I kept doing outfits wearing sandals, I'm like, hey, these gotta go. They're starting to be a little bit too long. So I said, let me make some time and do my toes. And I am so excited that I did. I feel like a good new set of toenails are just so beautiful and they just make you feel so put together. So we're going to start off by removing my current design, trimming them first using a 5-in-1 bit. I am using the Kiara Sky Efile at a speed of about 10,000 RPMs. And for my dust collector, this one is old from a cart, so I'll leave everything linked down below if you guys are interested in shopping any of the products that I have or am using. Do note that the suction on this dust collector isn't as powerful as my Kiara Sky one, but since I have transitioned that one to the salon, this one's gonna have to do for now until I buy a second Kiara Sky one, so that'll be in the works. I am gonna remove this design. I'm pretty much using the same speed, but using a very light pressure when doing this because I am going to be keeping my base gel that I have on my toenails. Now that I'm using very low amount of pressure when doing this because I do not want to debulk that nail. Gel is very sensitive, so as soon as you add a little bit of pressure to that, it's gone. Next thing you know, you have to infill it again a little bit more. So always be extra careful when using builder gels, BB gel like the one that I use from Profiles Backstage, or pretty much any type of gel product. I'm going to go ahead and continue to remove that. Again, very low amount of pressure when doing this. I am just being extra careful. It can be tricky, especially if you're doing your own toenails. So grab your toe very good and grab that handpiece on your e-file very sturdy so that it doesn't go everywhere. Next, I'm going to be taking a diamond bit from Profiles Backstage. It is one of the ones that came in one of my little kits that I have from them. Such good little kits if you are wanting to get a bundle of different bits. 10 out of 10 recommend those. They are really good quality. I'm going to be using that instead of a sanding band and a mandrel bit because if y'all remember in a different video, I mentioned that we are redoing my YouTube room. So everything pretty much is boxed up as we are redecorating and putting everything back in order. I just went ahead and used what I had and this was it. And honestly, it does a really good job of prepping that natural nail while keeping the integrity of my natural nail as nice as possible. I'm going to be using that to push back that cuticle as well, and then actually switched back to my 5-in-1 bit to fully remove some lifted areas that I had. I hadn't had this happen on my toes in a very long time, but since I hadn't been trimming them down and I hadn't done them in a minute, I feel like it was very much so excused. So we're just gonna fully remove that, and I'm gonna be doing some cuticle work by trimming some crusty dusties off of my toenails. I get a lot of like thick cuticle grown out on my pinky toenail, so that's what I'm going to be focusing on. And then any other little toe that I see that needs a little bit of trimming, I go ahead and do that as well. I'm switching over to this kind of cone shaped diamond bit to get right into that very hard to reach pocket, and I'm going to finish buffing that. This is also going to allow expose some of that dead skin from the cuticle. That way I can trim it a lot easier, if that makes sense. I know my voice is just not cooperating, so I apologize if y'all don't understand what I'm doing. I have lots of other toenail videos that you guys are more than welcome to go check out. I pretty much do the same process over and over again on my toes. We just change out the design. Sometimes I do polygel, sometimes I do acrylic. but y'all can go check those out if you're interested in seeing my toes be transformed over and over again. So again, just going in with a little bit of a cuticle nipper work, and then we're gonna get these toes right. Now I did go ahead and take a lint-free wipe and a little bit of young nail swipe to cleanse my toes and also dehydrate my natural nail as well. I'm going to be going in with a primer. This is the Not Polished Triple X Bond. And I'm just going to be applying that to all of my natural nail that is exposed. Again, I didn't really file off the gel, so I still have a lot of it on there. Now, very quickly, we're just going to go straight into my builder gel application. This is BB gel from Profiles Backstage, one of my favorite go-tos for my toes. Absolutely love it. Builder gel in a bottle is like 10 out of 10, my favorite. It is so much easier to apply, and it's such a quick and easy way to add some strength to your toenail, whether you're using it as a base or an extension. So love, love, love. Definitely recommend it. I just went ahead and added a little bit around that growth area. And here I'm taking the micro detail brush from Veeda Bella, and I'm just going to be using that to go into those hard to reach areas. Since the brush of the builder gel bottle is very thick, that just helps you get that cuticle so flush, so smooth, and the perfect application. So if you've ever struggled with that, definitely use a nail art brush to finish applying that into those hard to reach areas. I'm going to go ahead and do that on the rest of my toenails. And I just love that the application is so smooth with these. You can just go ahead and add a little bit more on the area that you are infilling. Quickly blend that out. Y'all see how it takes like little effort to do this. And then if you ever need to add a little bit more, just go ahead and do that. Blend it out with this nail art brush, and boom, you got the perfect application. It is just so easy. Now always remember, as I always mention in my videos, to cure whenever you feel it is necessary, whether it is toe by toe or do them all at once and then fully cure at the end. I like to do toenail by toenail sometimes, depending on which one I'm working on. Now, if one of my toenails overlaps the other one, I'm definitely going to be making sure that I cure that first before going in with the second toe application, because once you mess that up, it is not fun. You have to fully wipe it off and redo it. So always do note that. Now, this one did leak a little bit, and if you've ever worked with builder gels, once it leaks, even though you clean it up, it's gonna leak again. So what I actually did was I cleaned it off with a back end of a bit that you guys saw me use right there, and then I quickly cured that in the light. So even though I didn't show that portion, I did go ahead and cure it in the light so that it didn't keep overflowing in the area that it originally overflowed in. You always have to go back in and fully wipe it off, or do what I did, just wipe it off very quickly and run to the light, because it's going to keep overflowing. So I'm going to go ahead and finish that application, and we're going to go right into our filing. Now we're fully curing these for 60 seconds. You can always do the 90-second option. Sometimes I even do 2 rounds depending on how I'm feeling. Taking a lint-free wipe and a little bit of young nail swipe, we're going to cleanse that tacky layer before you go in and file, and then you get this sticky, crusty mess. It is not fun. I've done it before, and it is not cute. I'm actually just going to be focusing on the shape of my toenail. So I'm taking a hand file of choice. This one is the Not Polished hand file, and I'm going to be just squaring off those toes. I love a crispy, super straight toenail. So that's pretty much what I'm trying to do here. And I'm actually going to be leaving the rest of the application alone. I feel like it was nice and smooth enough to where I don't have to file it. But if you feel like you need to go ahead and hand file, it's always the easiest option. And around that cuticle, use your e-file at a low speed. I'm going to go straight into my nail art application since I did skip the filing on the rest of the nail. I'm going to be doing yellow. So we're doing a full yellow on the pinky toe. The middle toe is going to be a Frenchie. same color of yellow. And then I'm just using my nail art brush from Veeda Bella to do so. Smile line and then infilling the rest of that. If I need to do any little cleanups, I'm going to be using the Oopsie brush from Veeda Bella as well. Now for my accent nails, it's going to be some flowers since it is springtime. Absolutely have been loving doing designs on my toes. So if you have any requests for the next toenail design, definitely comment down below and let me know what you want to see on these toes. And I will totally take it in consideration and possibly create it. So we'll see. I'm going to be starting off with white. We are using white, purple, and then of course the yellow, but I'm gonna be making those colors a little bit more pastel as well by just mixing in a little bit of white. So kind of doing little daisy designs, your basic flower nail art to make it a little less stressful on my back because your girl's back was killing her while I was doing this. It is definitely not an easy task, but so worth it. So now I'm going to be taking that purple one, and as you can see, I mixed it with a little bit of white just to make it a little bit more pastel. Super easy, very quick little mix using the same brush. And if you are always wondering how I clean my brushes in between colors, literally just grab a dry paper towel or a lint-free wipe and I fold it over in half and I just slide my brush bristles through that with no product. And 9 times out of 10, you won't have to clean it with any type of liquid. But if you absolutely feel it is necessary, which again, I've never really had to, you can always run it with a little bit of Young Nail Swipe. Or if you want to be more extra careful, just grab a little bit of clear coat, base gel, whatever, something is clear, and just run it through that. And it'll help pull all the rest of the pigment through that. Now, as you can see, I mixed a little bit of a chrome pigment through that, blended it with a top coat, added that for an accent nail, cured fully in the light for 60 seconds. Now I'm going in with top coat from Profiles Backstage, curing that in the light for another 60 seconds. And that pretty much concludes today's video. Let me know what you think down below. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys next time. Tenerte sería una experiencia religiosa, ese mahón es otra cosa.